Good morning from Yami BTV. Wishing you all well, sending plenty of love your way as usual, and hoping your week is going to go the best it possibly can. Now, thank you for that this morning, the great Henry Clark down there in North London, because this subject was triggered yesterday, but I didn't look into it, so I didn't know when I was going to get round to it. So you jogged my memory this morning. So well done, Big H down there, and of course involves one of my adversaries, one of the most hated men of all time, that scumbag Levi Belfield, in the mix with the Michael Stone appeal case that he's been fighting for since he's been in jail. Basically, he's had a couple of appeals and retrials, etc., and won none of them, Michael Stone, right? I always believed that I believe totally, like many of you do, that Michael Stone could have been innocent on the sad case of the Megan Russell murders and that lovely little girl, Josie Russell, who miraculously survived at the hands of a monster, right? Now, what it means, all this breaking news that was coming in this morning, is that we said on Yami BTV that when Michael Stone and Levi Belfield, they're still on the same wing together in Franklin HMP Category A, down there in Durham, they're on the wing together, on Rule 43 Protection Wing, which is a vulnerable prisoners unit. They're segregated from the main population, right? So what we suggested when you asked me was that I believed that Stone had approached Belfield and said to him, look, I need a change of circumstance on my appeal. It doesn't look like they're believing that I'm innocent. Could you help me out? Because you're not getting out, you big scumbag, basically. And can you take the rap on the Russell murders and say it was you? Belfield agreed, right? So there was some money that exchanged hands, etc., etc. He got some money, Stone got some money sent into him from somewhere, allegedly so. And Belfield made a signed confession. So Michael Stone has brought that as new grounds to the CCRC. I mean, the miscarriages of justice people, and try to get another appeal off that, what Belfield said basically, and it was laughed out of that room. So they knocked Michael Stone back, but Michael Stone's solicitor saying, look, he said, is Belfield saying it was him? Surely he fits the modus operandi, it's him. No, Uncle Yami did not agree that Belfield fits the profile for that sad, tragic case of the Russells. How else do we break it down then? Michael Stone, desperation after all these years. I've got to get out, it's not me. And tries it out of desperation to get a new change of circumstances, to get his appeal. Uncle Yami says, bad move, Michael Stone. To even trust a scumbag like Belfield, for one. For two, it would always come undone in the wash like it has now, because Belfield's up there saying, yeah, I did it for money, and yeah, I only wanted the attention which he wanted on the marriage as well. Everything he does was suggested by me and Yami BTV into real insights to his character, yeah? And he's doing exactly what many of us knew he was doing, is getting his name still harmful to loads of victims of his outside here. When they hear his name, he's still front pages of certain tabloids when certain things like the marriage, like the Stone thing, putting himself in the mix like he's some kind of, in his warped sense of mind, he thinks he's some kind of hero, when in reality, he was the biggest coward of all time, and that you go down in my list as the biggest coward of all time, and many of us agree with that. So Michael Stone, have you ruined your chances of ever getting an appeal? Because now they laughed it out when your sister brought up about Belfield. Now they're going to be thinking, well, hold on, I've always believed that Michael Stone's innocent, but making moves like that, if we balance it out fairly, why? Why involve if it's not true? Why are you going to get someone to admit to the crimes that you're convicted on? Why are you going to do that? Said desperation on his part. That's kind of like, I could feel what he's feeling in there. I want to try something new. No, you leave it to God and let him decide. I know it's a hard, long process, but by you doing this is what I tried to say, sorry. By you doing this move here, it makes it look like that you are a liar as well. Do you see what I mean? So we've got to look at it. I believe that the geezer that was in the cell confession and that how he did, I believe that's a false confession in itself to get him convicted. They've done it to other known men next door, shouting out the window, he said and blah, blah, blah. We have so many cases where we look on where someone was meant to have said to another inmate, a serving prisoner, that he told me that he did it. You know what I mean? And then we find out in a lot of these cases as well, we've highlighted on Yummy BTV, that those men that turned against those other fellow inmates had their own court cases and were helped by the authorities for doing that for the authorities, if you get what I mean. So that's the best way that I can drop it this morning. But again, I think we've got that one right. Well done.